Oh, TikTok live, what is up? Okay, I think this is going, and I'm fucking loving this filter, so we just gonna stick with this for all the lives. Yes. All right, I'm gonna just talk until motherfuckers enter the chat. So I have my notepad here, and we're just be talking about some manifestation shit. And the first note that I have is, what is up, everyone coming in right now? How you doing? Okay. So for manifestation, I want to touch on the fact that it's not like you're going to a job every day and putting in effort and then you get a paycheck on a certain date of the month. You are not going to know when or how your manifestation is going to come to you. So you have to trust what you don't see more than the 3D. In fact, you should be sus AF of the motherfucking 3D, because if you've truly shifted your state, you would be you. And I'm talking like your inner fucking being. You know what I'm saying? If you truly shifted your state, you would not trust the 3D, because you're like, what is this bullshit? Like, I already fucking strolled through this. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, right? But at the same time, you're not going to care. You're not going to look at the 3D circumstances trying to fight with it. You're not going to have an intense emotional reaction in your fucking vessel. You're just going to be like, okay, this is the 3D. I'm suspicious because this should not be going on. I don't know what's going on here. And you're going to be more trusting and content in your inner world rather than what the fuck is going on in the 3D. Okay. And that's how you know you've shifted states, which is kind of like, you know, reality shifting and reality transurfing and all of this shit, like, you know, assuming the state, your vibration, it's all the same thing. You're creating your experience, and the way that you create your experience is based on what you are going through internally rather than externally. So when you have ideally shifted states, yeah, okay, 30k likes. I mean, okay. Thank you. If it happens, it happens. You know, I don't put an expectation on anything. But when you have successfully shifted states, you're gonna know, because you're gonna be sus AF of the 3D. You're gonna be looking at it side eye, like, motherfucker, I don't know what the hell this is, but this ain't real, okay? Because you're so immersed. Woo, thank you. Because you're so immersed in your inner realm. Okay, that's the first thing that I wanted to touch on. And then the next thing I wanted to touch on is, actually, I don't know if this is gonna be like a thank you. I don't know if this is gonna be like a touchy subject for some, but when motherfuckers talk about you know, manifesting a person, you should never wish anything bad on them. Listen, okay, if you are manifesting and you want to intend good things for a motherfucker, that's wonderful. If you don't want to intend good things for a motherfucker, or you just want them to disappear and be out entirely of your experience, that's okay too. Because morals and judgment, and any content creator talking about manifesting, well, you should only say love and light and all of that shit to the other person. No, and you don't have to be worried about anything coming back to you, because you as God, you know why you want what you want. And if you want something cray cray to happen to a motherfucker, but someone is like, oh, well, you shouldn't wish them, but maybe to you there's a valid reason, don't think that something negative is going to happen to you, because that's another belief in and of itself. So if you hate somebody and you can't stand them and you want this and the third to occur with them, just be like, yeah, that's what it is. It's the same as any manifestation. But you don't have to worry about someone else's opinion. You don't have to worry about what other motherfuckers are saying, that you should always intend for the highest good of everyone, because that's another spiritual fucking bullshit trap. Because when you're creating your reality, when, you know, that famous phrase that they say, only God can judge me, right? You are the only God in your reality. So if you're judging a situation that for you want something to go cray cray ape shit in this motherfucker's life, then you want that. That's it. Okay, so I feel like I wanted to clear that up. Now, I'm not saying that go ahead and immediately wishing something bad on motherfuckers. I ain't saying that, but I wanted to clear it up, because there's a lot of, you know, especially in this community, it's like you you're the one creating the rules. So if you have a valid reason that you want something bad to happen to a motherfucker, or you just want them done out of your experience and you don't care how, you're God. Don't let anyone, you know, intercept your perspective of what you want, and you don't have to be worried about anything coming to you, okay? Because you are all powerful. So that's what I wanted to say, because, you know, it gets like into this spirituality shit where it's like love and light and you should always turn the other cheek and bullshit like that. And if you manifest something bad for someone else, you're gonna get that. It's like, no, there's one consciousness, okay? So everything is connected, which is why you can manifest. But if there's something going on within you where you have resentment or animosity towards a motherfucker, and you, for whatever reason, it's just gonna make you feel good to manifest that, or it's just gonna bring you a sense of peace or whatever, that's what it is. Because I don't judge what anyone wants to manifest, and you can manifest whatever you want without consequences, because there are no consequences either. That's another belief system. Everything is a belief system. Karma is a belief system. Spirituality, you know, everyone has a belief system, even in spirituality, even though it's such like a large umbrella of different things. But you hear these same terms coming over and over about love and light, and just wish everyone well. And if you're God, you understand that everything is neutral. There is no good, there is no bad. There's just a perception of how you personally, from your God consciousness, is viewing that thing or that situation or that person. Someone's good might be someone else's bad. So don't let anyone out here tell you that you shouldn't manifest something when that's what you want, okay? Because that, I don't know, I just feel like I need to say that. That was one topic. Now the next topic, I am gonna answer questions in a bit. I'd like to see it going in the chat, but I just want to have this little ballpark intro, if you will. So the SP, I just saw someone wrote about SP, and that was the next thing on my list over here, okay? A lot of motherfuckers in like the SP manifesting can get very, very obsessed. And it's not like that with money manifestation. It's not like that with you want a new home manifestation. It's like the SP manifestation. Wow. Okay. So the first thing I want to say about that to everyone, okay, you do not want to be obsessed with them, searching for every technique, looking for everything under the sun to try to manifest an SP. You do not want to do that, okay? What you want to do is come out of that place of lack, from you needing a response from this person, needing them to text you, needing them to call you, okay? Because you don't need that. You are God and you already have it, right? If you are aware of your relationship with, thank you, I'm glad that your life has been changing for the better. You don't want to be in that place of seeing them as separate from you, because everything is all one consciousness. And if you're desperate, you're in a state of lack, which is creating more lack to come between you and this person. But I don't know, like, I mean, I get like with SPs in general, it could be triggering because it's another sentient motherfucker. Even though they are you pushed out, it's like they still walk and talk and say things and do things that you might not like. And you get butthurt because you take it personally to you, when it's really not personal, even though it is, because they're just reflecting a story that you have about yourselves or relationships in general. But you should really look at what belief of yours created that shit version or that shit circumstance to happen with the SP, because I promise you it did. And that not a lot of motherfuckers probably want to hear that. They created this motherfucker to be a hoe bag or some like fucking asshole or some cunt. Like, ain't nobody want to fucking hear that. Like, why would I do that? Well, why would you do that? What were your beliefs about this person? And what were your beliefs about you in relationships? Okay, because it all came from your belief. So SP manifesting, get off their motherfucking shit. Please get off their shit. Please do not stalk them. Please do not keep checking your phone to see if they text you or called you. Please don't ask your friends about them. Please don't drive by their fucking house. Okay? Because when you're doing that, okay, when you're looking for something because you're in a state of lack, like I just said, you're in a state of lack with this motherfucker. So you're looking for evidence of lack, right? Well, they must be up to some shit if they ain't calling you or texting you, right? And you keep looking for something, you're gonna fucking find it. And if you're looking for something from a place of lack and fear and doubt or whatever the fuck shit emotion is causing a constriction in your vessel, you are going to find what you are looking for. So for anyone manifesting a specific person, I don't care if you're interested in them sexually or if it's a fucking boss or if it's a coworker or if it's a friend, I don't care. Whoever you're manifesting, you cannot be looking for negative shit in the dynamic between you and them because you will find it. So chill the fuck out, okay? Chill the fuck out, because when you're in that place of looking for something negative, that's the state that you're holding instead of either being neutral or putting a positive spin on everything. So if anyone here, I don't know who's in here right now, but what's up? How you all doing? Thanks for joining me. Okay, if anyone in the chat right now is manifesting a specific motherfucker, right now, what are they doing? And how does that make you feel? Ask yourself that. And I'll tell you why. Okay, I'll tell you why. Because what are they doing right now shows where your mind is at. So it's showing what state you're in regards to this motherfucker. So if you're like, oh, they're right next to me sleeping, okay, that's great. How's that make you feel? It makes me feel at peace. You got this. If they're not next to you right now, you're, I don't know what they're doing. Well, okay, what do you think they're doing? You think they're with someone else. You think they're at the club. You think that they're jerking off thinking about you. You think they're looking at their phone at pics of you, wanting to text you, telling you how much they fucking miss you. What is it? Okay, if you do not know what they're doing right now, what do you think they're doing? And that answer is going to also show you where the fuck you're at in regards to this person. Because if it was something positive and pleasant, or you're just like, well, whatever they're doing, they're thinking about me, okay, you got this. But if it was, I don't know, but maybe they're doing this, and then you want to go and stalk their fucking social media and shit, like, yeah, that's a problem. Okay, it's a fucking problem. So stop looking at things with a negative spin. Okay, and the more you do that, the more you just get yourself to baseline neutral. That is going to calm you down, number one, which you want to feel calm instead of anxious all the time, just for you. Like you want to walk around feeling like shit over a motherfucker that you can control with your mind. No, you do not. You do not want to be feeling like shit over a motherfucker when you control them. I don't understand. Okay, and listen, I'm not shaming nobody because I've been there, and that's why I am able to tell you, if you are looking for shit to be fucked up, oh, I promise you gonna find it. Okay, so stop looking for things to be wrong, not only with specific motherfuckers but in general. Okay, so when you are at a place of peace with this specific person, when you're not typing under every LOA creator's comment section, but what about this, what about that, looking for a new technique, looking for a quick fix, whoa, you're like an addict looking for a hit. Okay, because something about you is addicted to an energy of lack with that person. Okay, because remember, Joe Dispenza, hey, thank you. Joe Dispenza talks a lot about this. If any of you want like more detailed, scientific explanations, he talks about it, because the more you are in a place of lack and fear and negativity, right? Like I said, looking for negative shit, it's like your brain, because those chemicals are so used to being fired up, it's like now you're getting fucking rushes of adrenaline. And to an extent, it's like your body is fucking used to that because, please look up his work. I'm sure a lot of you know about him, but he talks about that a lot. And that's where I see a lot of you with a specific person manifestation. And I don't really see this with like money manifestations or like career or like health or things like that. Like anything under the sun, it's like the specific person. Like, bruh, get off their fucking shit. They are you. Now, I touched on this. I said how to control them, okay? And I don't mean like, you know, I have a few videos on this about the energetic ultimatum. You don't want to control them by fucking putting demands on them in the fucking 3D or telling them, well, you better do this or this or that, because, I mean, why? Okay, why are you gonna do that? When you can just go in your mind, and if there's a way that they fucking behaved in the 3D that you didn't like, go in your mind and either revise it or pretend it didn't happen, okay? And how you revise something, okay? So let's say SP was supposed to take you fucking fishing. I don't know, okay? Just a random fucking example, okay? You could go on a nice fucking fishing trip, and then they had to work last minute, okay? If you did not like that, you say, well, that never happened because they already made it up to me, okay? That's the revision. Or you could say that never happened. We went on the fishing trip, or they took me somewhere else, or whatever the fuck it is. Okay. You put it how you wanted that situation to go, and it's gonna be different for everyone. Okay. So no matter what it is, but you cannot think of the SP as something is going on with them that it's directly personal to you. And yes, to an extent, you're creating them, so I know it could feel personal to you, but it's like, why, what in you, okay, manifested someone that would front on you last minute? Did you have that expectation of them? Did you have that fear, right? So to be completely in a healthy relationship where you trust the motherfucker, you have to not look for shit to go wrong. And that was the first topic I talked about, right? You just, like, if you see any behavior from your SP that looks a little funky, you know what I mean? You just be like, no, that's not them. This motherfucker's in love with me. This motherfucker would do anything to be with me, right? You have to rewrite that. So stop being obsessed with them. Start looking at the qualities of them that you perceive as a problem, and you make an affirmation, which is the direct opposite of that. So they don't like to call you, they just like to text. So you're gonna write that down. Here's a problem with babe right here. I want to talk to this motherfucker on the phone, but they said they only want to text. So guess what? They're talking on the phone to me every fucking day. That's what they're doing. And every time they text you, but you want them to call you, you're gonna say, SP is calling me right now. Okay, and you do that with whatever the fuck it is. Because it's all you have to do with the person. And no matter how delulu it fucking seems, you're just gonna keep going. And if you don't see immediate results with the SP manifestation, or with anything, for example, you have to keep persisting, okay? Just like I spoke in my other live, that fucking Bible verse that goes like, he did not rise and give him, because this motherfucker was knocking on his door at like 3 o'clock in the morning looking for loaves of bread or some shit. He didn't wake up and say, oh, okay, yeah, like I'm gonna give him some loaves of bread cause I'm cool with him. He kept knocking, and the guy who was finally so annoyed, he's like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna just give you your fucking loaves of bread. And that's how you have to think of consciousness and stories. So when you have a story going on, and you're in on your fucking A game, okay? You're in the state, you're on your mental diet, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, you don't see movement, or you see something that you don't like, or the SP says something you don't like. Are you going to quit? Are you gonna let the 3D fucking railroad your fucking ass? Or are you gonna be like, oh, that's cute. We're doing it my way though, because I'm the boss and I am God and I am infallible. Okay? Whatever the fuck that word is. So that's what I want to say right there, because the SP, man, motherfuckers be in their head. Like you send in your friends screenshots of like a text that they sent you, and listen, I'm not fucking saying that I've never done that, okay? I will not sit up here and ever fucking tell you that I haven't done all the wrong shit in SP manifestations, because I fucking have. And that's why I sit here and I tell you, do not do that. Because when you're doing that, you're overanalyzing. What do you think this text means? Motherfucker, you're God. What the fuck do you think it means? And what the fuck do you want it to mean? Okay? You just stop. Like, it's your way always. Okay? And how you control this motherfucker is just by beaming the shit out of them with the story that you want them to reflect back to you. My SP is obsessed with me. My SP is in love with me. My SP always texts me. My SP always calls me. I see my SP every motherfucking day. My SP drops their entire life to be with me, motherfucker, because I'm God and they worship the ground I walk on. That's all you have to do. So instead of being triggered and spiraling, just sit firm in your new motherfucking story, okay? And then, yeah, the last note that I wrote down before I take questions is I said your spin on everything that shows up. So this ties in with the whole SP shit because everything is all fucking connected. I just need some little drinky drink. It's fucking water. So there you go, TikTok. Yeah, I'm drinking water. So your spin on everything is what is going to show up for you. So if, let's say, we'll stick with SP, right? So SP doesn't text you. Okay, and they usually text you saying goodnight or whatever the case. They didn't text you. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Oh, they must have fell asleep. They'll text me in the morning. Or are you like, oh, this motherfucker, what the fuck are they doing? I bet they're doing this. I bet they're doing that. I bet this. I bet that. You call your fucking homie like, yo, this motherfucker, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. So anything that occurs with your specific person or anything for that matter, what do you think it means? What is your immediate, because you're going to have an immediate fucking answer. Okay. And that immediate answer is your dominant state that is going on right now in that topic. So if I talk about money and you're like, yeah, I got plenty of money, but then I talk about career, you might have a lot of money, but you might hate your job and not want to go to work every day, right? It might be a different answer. What do you think of your job? Ooh, that immediate fucking reaction is where you are at. So look at all of the fucking shit. And I always tell motherfuckers to write shit down. Make a list of every area of your life. Health, physical, mental, relationships, friends, family, co-workers, career, finances, every fucking topic, okay? And then say, what do I think about this? Boom, the first thing that comes to your mind regarding that topic, that's the state you're in. So if it's shit, then you gotta go into that one, that particular area. Let's say career, right? If everything is going good but career, you're like, ooh, then that's where you focus your attention with affirming and visualizing and setting an intention that you want it to get better, so that you can be to where when you revisit career, let's say like a week from now or a month from now, like, what do I think of my career? Ooh, I fucking love it. Okay, that's where you want to be, because any topic, your first reaction, that's where you're at. Okay, so that's your homework for some of you. So someone needed that. That's what I got. So yeah, I think I'm done with the fucking notes that I wrote down when I was high as shit. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. So let's see. Whew, let's see some questions here. Sorry, I was seeing it scroll by, in the chat, and I appreciate all of you guys' questions and comments. I appreciate all of you being here. It's just like I wanted to get that out because that's what that's what felt like the inspired action to do in the moment. So let's see. How to completely stay present. Find something that's going to make you feel good in the moment. Okay. So, oh my God, that was so good. Thank you for reminding me, because I had this, there's this other topic I want to talk about, which is going to answer that question, which when I talk about your feelings don't mean shit, right? Okay. They don't in terms of creating your reality, but feelings do mean something, okay, when you are anxious or whatever, right? It's not creating, but it shows you that state is not where you're meant to be. And like Abraham Hicks talks about this a lot, right? That's not, you're not meant to be anxious. So something is going wrong, right? So if you are fully present, and I promise you this, if you are just totally immersed, right? Like right now I'm immersed in my motherfucking music, and I'm immersed in this chat. There ain't nothing else going on. I'm fully present. I don't have an expectation what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I ain't thinking about what I did yesterday. I ain't thinking about that. Okay, because here's my focus. I don't have any feeling associated with it, right? So if you have a feeling that you don't like, now what you're gonna do is check your thoughts. Okay, thank you. And you're gonna say, well, what am I thinking? Because the feeling don't mean shit unless you articulate the thought. And then your thought is, you're gonna ask yourself, well, what is gonna make me feel better right now? Because that's how you calm yourself and neutralize your nervous system. Okay, so your feelings are not creating, so they're not important in that regards. But to calm your nervous system and to not be on edge with everything, and to get to be at baseline neutral where you can be fully present in every moment. If ever you are not fully present, what am I thinking? Why am I thinking this way? Why am I thinking that? And then you ask yourself, what's going to make me feel better in this moment? So if you're thinking some shit thoughts, or you're even thinking that you're excited to go on a fucking vacation in 2 weeks, right? Whatever it is, well, my mind is there, but it's not in the present, right? Although it is, because time doesn't exist and everything is always now. You're going to say, okay, so I'm thinking about my vacation in 2 weeks, but what's going to make me feel good right now? And then you're going to see what idea comes to you to calibrate in your vessel. So it could be going for a walk. It could be going to the gym. It could be calling a friend. It could be taking a hot bath. It could be jerking off, okay? You're going to ask yourself, if you're in a state where your feelings are like constricted, whatever, what's going to make me feel better in this moment? And that's all that matters, okay? So in every moment, to be present, what is going to make you feel good? For some, it might be, well, what's going to make me feel better in this present moment? You're going to call out of work. And you don't even know why, but that's what's going to make you feel good in the moment. And when I mean make you feel good, I'm not saying elated. I'm not saying all excited, okay? I'm saying what's going to bring you peace in the moment, okay? Because when you're truly present, there is no excitement. There is no fear. It's just you're like at content. You're neutral. There's no feeling associated to it, okay? You're just in the moment. There's no feeling. That's why I say feelings are fucking weird motherfuckers. Like they can be utilized as a tool, like I just described with that whole fucking sermon I just gave about ask yourself what's gonna make you feel better in the moment. But it's like they don't really matter. It's sort of like it's showing you, your feelings are showing you, again, Abraham Hicks type of shit, okay? It's like when you put your hand on a hot stove, don't touch that, because you shouldn't be venturing there if the stove is hot and like filling up on it, you know? So in the moment, if you're anxious, that's your body saying, whoa, like what's going on? You shouldn't be venturing there. And then that's when you have to be in your God state and be like, okay, what thoughts am I thinking? And then that's going to show you where your mind is at, because the feeling cannot be computed unless there's a thought associated with it, okay? So it's just, it's like you're so asking yourself, how am I going to feel good now? How am I going to feel good now? What's going to make me really be content and blissful in this moment? And then it is going to be a different answer every moment. You know, an hour from now, you might want to take a fucking bath. 2 hours from now, you might want to call a friend. Just in the moment, if you're distracted or you're bored or whatever, just ask yourself, what's going to make me feel good, and fucking do it, you know? So, tips for manifesting physical appearance. I would suggest mirror work and getting focused on like the body type that you want, or like facial features or hair or eyes or anything like that you want. And let's say if you want brown eyes, let's just say that you're gonna affirm that you have brown eyes, but maybe your eyes are blue. You're just gonna affirm that. And I know how delulu it sounds, but if you keep doing that, and you really just go with it and don't look at anything else, and every time you look in the mirror, you say you're so happy that you have brown eyes now, that's what you do. And you do that with anything that you want to tweak about your physical appearance. So I don't really have daily, I mean, like, okay, daily affirmations. I mean, it just depends what I want to do in that moment, because you know, like there are some things that, like, let's say I have like a baseline of like 3 big quote manifestations that I want to achieve. Like I'll affirm like one thing for each of those things, but like throughout the day, I would just say something, you know, that this day is perfect. Everything always turns out better than I expect. Like everyone is good vibes. Like I like just to have like a pleasant experience, you know, like or I like to say sometimes, you know, I see evidence all day, every day of my 3D world conforming to what I want. Okay, it's already done. That's another good baseline one. Whatever you're manifesting, like you already know what the fuck it is. And if it pops up into your mind, you just say it's already done. Okay, that's like a good one, because I personally have used that one, and like, because it just encompasses what the fuck you want and you're not giving it any more attention. And if it comes up again, you say it's already done. But I don't really have like a routine, I would say. It's just I kind of go by, you know, like I set an intention in like, you know, whenever I wake up, and then I set an intention before I go to sleep. And if the thing that I'm manifesting comes to my mind throughout the day, I will say my affirmation with that. You know, but as far as the routine, I kind of just fucking wing it. Woo, thank you for the roses. So let's see is how do we manifest a powerful alter ego? Well, you're not, I mean, like, who is your alter ego? Like, think about that, okay? Like, what area of your life do you feel like you need an alter ego? Do you want it just as you are this one being and this alter ego touches every area of your life? Or do you want a specific alter ego for you in your personal life, and then another one for you in your business endeavors? Like, think about that first, because you might want to pick a few alter egos depending on what you want out of the situations. But if you picture yourself, like, imagine the version of you who is that alter ego. Like, you know, you could tell motherfuckers, or you don't have to, but just think of a name for that person or that character that you want to create, right? Because the world's a fucking stage anyway, so everyone is really playing a role. Everyone's a fucking character, you know what I'm saying? So who is this person? Who is this person in relationships? Who are they in career? How is this person's finances? Like, you know, and I have a few alter egos, you know what I'm saying? But I just, it's like whenever I think of that, like, you know, I'm like, okay, well, this motherfucker and I try to embody this alter ego like all the time, you know, like a main one. And I just see myself as like paparazzi looking at me, and like I'm mic'd up and shit, and everyone is watching what I'm doing, because that's really what the 3D Earth Matrix is. So to help me, because you asked how do you create one, you think of who you want this person to be, okay? Think of all their characteristics. You could give them superpowers, whatever the fuck feels right to you, okay? And then I'm like, whew, everyone is watching, you know, so-and-so, my alter ego. I'm like, what would this motherfucker do in this situation, okay? And that especially helps if you are triggered by something in the 3D. Would your alter ego be triggered by that? No, because they would whoop a motherfucker's ass. They would kick the 3D in the fucking balls, you know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna be, you know, so like that can be especially helpful if you are being triggered, because it's like you're summoning that energy. So think of the character, think of how they look, like get as in detail as you can. You can write this down, you can visualize it, whatever the fuck. Think of a name for this motherfucker. And then if you are feeling like you need that alter ego to come to your fucking rescue, right? Swoop in and save you, because remember, it's all one consciousness. So that alter ego already is you right now. You summon your energy and you just like, and you summon it from like, this is going to sound like a little, I don't know, woo-woo, I guess, but you summon it from like your root chakra, and you just imagine the energy like going up and up and up. And then you're like, I breathe in this motherfucker. I am, boom. And then you say the alter ego name. At least like that works for me. It might not work for everyone, but be specific about this character that you want to create. Okay. Woo, thank you for the follow. Okay, so your brain would still be aware that you don't have it. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, when I opened the chat, it's like you will get to a point where your brain already knows that it happened, and you're like confused as why the 3D is what it is. Okay, so I don't know if I know I use this analogy when I'm talking to people, but it's like you order a fucking package, right? And it says delivered, and there's a photo of the package in front of your fucking door, and it says your name on it and your proper address, and it's like, here you go. And then you look outside and you're like, well, I don't see the package. And then you look around some more, and then you call customer service and you're like, the packet, like, I don't see it. And they're like, but it's here. Your consciousness is like, you're going to be aware that the package has already been delivered, and you're going to be confused. You're going to be confused because you have adapted so well into that new timeline that the 3D is going to confuse you. Like, this does not make sense. Like, the package is here. I see physical proof that it is here, but where is it? Like, it's going to be confusing, okay? Like, I mean, I don't know how to describe it better than that. And that doesn't come with, like, every manifestation. But, like, if you've really shifted states, like, to a completely different timeline, the shit that is going on from the old timeline, you're going to be genuinely confused. Okay, here's another thing. We want to talk about, because someone asked me, right, about the alter egos. So I know I made a video about this a while ago, but I was thinking, like, if I should talk about it today. And this kind of goes with what you said about the, you know, is your brain going to realize that it's not there logically? Okay. So in this show, the OA, basically what happens is, spoiler alert if anyone cares, but so basically OA goes into, I think it was the second season, she goes into, like, it's like the other reality, and then she's like wondering, like, why she have like the tentacle marks from the octopus, and she's confused. She's like, but what is this? And they're like, but this is who you are. And she's like, I don't know what's happening. Like, what is going on? Like, there's confusion, right? Because it's like she's like kind of in between those states where the full reality, the new reality has not completely shifted, but she's not in the old reality either, because the octopus tentacle marks wouldn't be in the old reality. And then some motherfucker, I forget who it was in the show, but they were like, you have to be this version of you in this alternate reality in order to experience it fully. And so she had to take on that persona of the, you know, the person who is channeling that octopus. Okay. So it's like, if you're seeing bits and pieces, and if you are confused, like, let's say you're manifesting a person and you're genuinely confused, like, why you're not fucking married to them already, you're like, but we're already married. Like, it's gonna feel like confusion, because it's like you've shifted. Thank you. You've shifted away from your old reality, but the new reality isn't all entirely in place yet. So you have to be like, okay, so this version of me in this reality, what would they do? How would they act? If the reality is here, which it is, who am I in this fucking new state? Because you are the one constant, and it's the states around you that are gravitating towards you based on what you are emitting and expecting. As I take another water. Yes, TikTok, it's fucking water, you know? So, Icon Hayes, mwah, love you. What happens if you seriously can't regulate your nervous system? I mean, you have to keep regulating yourself until you find a technique that works for you. And, you know, your nervous system will get more used to being regulated over time. The more that you are able to just nip a fucking thought in the fucking moment. Okay, so in every moment, if you're regulating your nervous system, I don't know how long it's going to take you to do that, and I don't know what process will work best for you. It could be a meditation, be going for a walk, it could be EFT tapping, or you know, breathing and shit like that. Like, whatever works for you, you're just gonna keep doing it until you feel better and find the technique that works the fastest for you. And then the next time you trigger it in the 3D, you're still gonna affirm you know, whatever it is you want. While you're calming yourself down, you're just going to keep affirming what you want. And the more you do that, the easier, because now you're training your nervous system to respond to you instead of just like all over the fucking place. Okay, so the more you train it, it's like training a fucking dog. The dog ain't going to sit the fucking first time you show him a treat, right? he might not sit the second time you show him a treat, but then on the third time he might be like, oh, I get a treat if I fucking sit my ass on the floor right now, and then he gonna start doing it. So that's how you have to look at it. Like, that's why repetition is key with any manifesting. Let's see. The package thing. Oh my god, that's so wild. When you only I mean, if you like someone's energy, you like someone's energy. What do you think it means? Like, every time someone asks me, what do I think it means? I am like 99% of the time going to say, what do you think it means? You're God of your reality. So what do you think it means? That first reaction is what it is. That's where you're at in terms of this person. Okay, so you like them energetically. What does that mean to you? Now look at your response. There you go. That's where you're at. That's what state you and this person currently share. Woo! Oh, good. I'm glad you're on a roll. Fuck yeah. If you want to manifest 2 SPs, I mean, I don't know. Are you trying to decide that you want one, or do you want both of them? Because if you want both of them, you could have them at the same time and just affirm what you want from each of them. But if you're trying to decide, then you need to just like automatically ask yourself something like, okay, so there's 2, right? And then let's say, and I don't know where I heard, I'm sure like it's like an age-old saying or something, right? But imagine you're flipping a coin, and then it's like heads is one motherfucker, tails is the other motherfucker, and then you can take a literal fucking coin and flip it, and then while it's in the air, which one do I want, heads or tails? Like, which one are you hoping that it lands on? And that's how you could tell, okay, if you're deciding between 2 motherfuckers. Woo! Oh my god, that's amazing. You manifested someone out of Cancer? Hell yeah. Because, I mean, it's all a perception. You know, like everything is a perception. Yeah, which one are you hoping for? Definitely. So, I mean, if you're doing everything right and there's nothing in the 3D, you have to look at how you're perceiving the 3D. Are you perceiving it as like, okay, yeah, it's done, it'll happen when it happens? Or are you looking at the 3D with like anger or impatience or hostility, like, yo, what the fuck? Like, and if you're more leaning towards calm and you're just like, I don't care what's going on in the 3D, it's already done, the closer it is to you. And I ain't ever telling no one how much time it takes. Okay, I ain't ever telling no one how much time it takes, because it's going to be different for everyone, but you can tell kind of how close it is by what you think of the 3D. And the less you give a shit about the 3D, the closer that thing is. So, let's see. If someone is saying you're wavering, the manifestation won't work, that could be their perspective, and I ain't knocking anyone else's perspective, because maybe that has been proven true to them because they believe it, so it has to be true. But if you're wavering, you can still manifest what you want, but it might be like hot and cold, or it might be not fully there yet. So if you're wavering, you know, you might get the SP to like take you out, but they might not want a commitment. You see what I'm saying? So half-ass shit might happen, not because the thing or the person is half-ass, but because you are. But you still would get it, but more. And I tell motherfuckers, I'm like, as long as you're more dominantly in what you want rather than what you don't want, and it's like, which tip of the scale is, you know, like, are you dominantly where you have it, okay, or are you dominantly where you don't have it? Like, throughout the day, how are you thinking? Let's see. PD. Oh my god. Yo, all day, like yesterday and today, I was seeing the fucking videos with the P. Diddy fucking head in the background. Oh my god. Yo, that shit is fucking wild. Whew, those are fucking funny. Wow. Oh my god. Those fucking ones where his head is like creeping in the back, that shit is like crazy. People saying commit to yourself to get SP to commit to you. I mean, again, that's their perspective, and that might have worked for them. For me personally, Do I think that you need to be committed to yourself? I mean, you just should be committed to yourself in general because you are the number one priority, right? But I mean, in my opinion, what I think whoever says that means by that is like, it's like you're taking them off the pedestal, like you're minding yourself first before you're looking after them. So it's not like, oh, what does SP want right now? What does SP want from me, right? What are they thinking? What are they doing? It's like, well, what do I want from SP? What am I thinking about them? What am I doing, right? Because remember, they can only reflect that back to you. So if you're wondering what they're thinking and what they want from you, they're going to reflect that back to you. So in my opinion, what I think that means when people have said that, to, you know, put into yourself instead of the SP to get the SP, is don't put them on the center stage, put yourself on the center stage, and don't give them a motherfucking free will. Well, what do you think they're doing right now? Motherfucker, you're God. What you want them to be doing? I think it's like that. That's just my opinion, though. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, they're characters in your story because you're the star of your fucking story. Sometimes you feel crazy when you say your affirmations. Listen, the more delulu your affirmations, the fucking better, okay? So every pleasant thing that you can imagine for yourself, boom, just keep fucking saying it, okay? Just keep fucking saying it. And honestly, in my opinion, the more crazy it sounds, the less resistance you might have to that in terms of like the belief system and subconscious mind, because it's so outrageous that your mind is like, well, that would never happen anyway. But it's like, if you're gonna joke about it and be like, yeah, like whatever delulu shit that you want to say, you might not have resistance to something that sounds outrageous, right? So if you affirm, right, that you want a text message from SP, okay, but where is it? You know, there's resistance to that, right? But if you just affirm that SP just swooped in and proposed to you, and now you're on a fucking, you know, in the Caribbean somewhere, you know, it's like that sounds more outrageous, but you're not going to really have resistance to that because it's probably not something that you believe would happen overnight. So that's why I say the more delulu, the better. Me personally, I'm expecting a bag with $10 million cash to land in my lap, on my doorstep somewhere, pleasantly, perfectly. And I'm saying it for fun because I don't really care about it, right? And I'm just saying it for shits and giggles. Yeah, there's a duffel bag filled with $10 million cash, unmarked bills, none counterfeit, the real shit, you know what I'm saying? How did it appear? It just fell out of the sky. You know what I'm saying? It just landed magically in my lap. That's what I'm saying. And I don't give a shit about it, okay? But if I keep saying that, odds are, you know, because everything is fucking moving, that shit is working right now. So if there's something that that motherfuckers would typically say is impossible, or how's that going to happen, you just affirm it. I mean, why not? You know what I mean? It's better, in my opinion, and probably like a lot of yours' opinion in this community, is like, it's better to have like a positive outlook and a positive spin on things, because this is gonna sound cringe as fuck, but like the better attitude you have towards everything, your life is just gonna get better in general because of you, not because of that. But if you just look at everything and you're like, and you put a delulu spin on it, okay? So your SP didn't text you because they're out buying you an engagement ring right now, and that's why they didn't text you, okay? How crazy does that sound if you're in no fucking contact for 3 months or whatever the case, right? But if you just take a delulu expectation and just say it for shits and giggles, hey, you know, you're still creating that. And you don't need to believe your fucking affirmations, okay? It's the belief systems that you have built up against the shit that you want that is keeping it from you. That's why you can robotically affirm and get your shit in less than an hour, because you do not have a super built up belief system against it that's heavy and it's weighing it down, okay? So you can robotically affirm something with that you have no resistance to, and it could come true, okay? It's not that you believe the affirmations, it's just that's what you were focused on, and then it happened because there was no resistance. But if you have a story for like 6 years going on that you've always been broke, you've never been successful, you robotically affirm for an hour, I mean, it could happen, but from what I've seen, okay, and what I personally experienced, the longer a belief system has built up that is in direct conflict with what you are trying to manifest, it's just going to slow it down. Not because manifestation isn't instant, it's because your belief system is like not unlocking it fully. It's like fighting against it, okay? Ooh, thank you for the follows. So, best ways to ignore reality. Oh my God. You just got to go full Delulu, okay? Like, we love it in Delulu land. You just, like, no matter what happens, you just be like, that happened because I'm getting what the fuck I want. It doesn't matter. Everything happens because you're getting what you want. And if you are triggered in the 3D, you know, you calm yourself down as best you can, and you keep saying, I'm getting what I want. I'm getting what I want. This emotion is just passing through. I'm getting what I want. That's it. It's done. Okay. And so, yes, is it true? What you think of them is what they think of you? Absolutely, because of thought transmission. Now, you might not see evidence of that right away in the 3D, but they are thinking what you're thinking of them. I've seen many instances of this, okay? And are like, another question might be, can an SP be a friendship? Absolutely. Another question might be, are they feeling what I'm feeling, okay? And yes and no, because remember, feelings are kind of like they're not, like, you can't articulate them without a thought. So if you're feeling full of love for your SP, it's like you're sending your SP love, and then they're interpreting it however they interpret that. And then they'd be like, oh, I love so-and-so too. You know what I mean? Because it's just the thought is going to them, because that is how motherfuckers compute the God consciousness desire and articulate it into something of third dimensional tangible reality, okay? Because when you have a desire, it's already there, because God is looking at this timeline. Ooh, I want that. And there's no feeling or thought associated. It's like, I am that now. Boom. Okay, but in order to get what you want in the 3D, the thought has to come first. So that's like the communication of the matrix, our thoughts. Whether you are fucking telling a motherfucker face to face, or if you're just across the fucking globe and you're just thinking about them, they are thinking that too, because that's just the communication of everything in the fucking earth matrix. It's like you have to translate the God consciousness to a thought in order to get shit to move, okay? So thought is a command on the keyboard. Boom, okay? You type it out. You think it in your mind, right? Boom, I want to see this. Press fucking enter or whatever the fuck you press on a fucking keyboard, and then that's it. So they are thinking what you are thinking. They're not necessarily feeling what you are thinking, although they can, but the thought is the most important, okay? So, yeah, if you can read someone's mind, that's even all the more proof, you know what I mean? Because it's fucking true. And like, we've all had, hold on. We've all had situations like this where we've been somewhere, right? Maybe a party or some shit. And like the room had like a weird off vibe, and like everything looks good. You jamming to music, you smoking, you drinking, but there's just like something is weird about this. And you feel that, and like now it's like you're like, okay, I gotta go. And then you find out some crazy shit went down at the party after you left. Like it's like, you know, I think I'll touch on this too, because it kind of it goes with the telepathy thing. It's like the feelings can be interpreted as well, but it's more like, in my opinion, a lot of motherfuckers, they'll have a weird vibe, but they won't act on it, okay? Or they'll have a good vibe and they won't act on it because of the thoughts running in their backgrounds, right? So if you're in a place you feel a weird vibe, and you know, you're like, I don't know what's going on here, I should maybe leave, okay? It still came from a thought, right? And then you left, but it was a conscious thought. So if you're in a place where the inspired action with manifesting comes in, and you don't know why, but you just have a feeling in your vessel to like call out of your job that day. You don't know why, but you're just like, yeah, this feels good to me to do this. And then you go and whatever, you go off on some adventure, meet the love of your life, and win the lottery, right? It's like the feelings, I don't know how I want to say this, because like you told me about the telepathy thing, and I'm going into the feelings now because I'm fucking all over the place, but I feel like it like resonates, because I get asked so many times, like, they're thinking what you're thinking, yes, but also are they feeling what you're thinking? They're feeling it because the feeling is coming from the thought. Okay, so let's say you're thinking SP is in love with you, and they're getting, I'm in love with this person. That might summon a different feeling in their vessel, okay, than yours, right? Because it depends like how they're interpreting things. And even though you are controlling them with the thought, because remember, that's how you command something, it's like they're still processing it in their own unique way. So if you have an affirmation about them and they've repeated it back to you verbatim, that is like direct connection. Or you can be saying affirmations and you see them slowly conforming, but it's not like exactly how you wanted them to be. But you know, it depends. Like, that's where it's like with the manifesting, it's like I feel like because we are programmed and trained to use logic so much, right? Like, oh, you have a weird feeling that the vibe in the room is off, but your logical mind says, no, everyone is chilling. And then there's a fucking shootout there later, right? Like, you see what I'm saying? So it's like you have to use the feelings as a tool, because they're a tool for me. Okay, this is all over the place, whatever. I will upload this on YouTube because I feel like it is just a lot, but like, I look at the thoughts as a command and the feeling as a tool. Okay, so when you're feeling something, you're gonna put a thought to it. Like, okay, so I'm having this feel, like, because you can't not put a thought to it, right? Does it feel good? Does it feel open, right? Or does it feel like constricted? So if there's a feeling of, constriction, then you're likely going to have a negative thought associated with that. And if you have a feeling of like openness or just neutrality, likely you're going to have a thought to that. Like, all is peaceful, all is perfect. But the feelings I would use as a tool to see like how close you are to what you want, but your feeling is not creating what you want, because it's a tool, like I said with the hot stove analogy. I feel like that just came around full circle, but there you go for everyone. Let's see. Yeah. Thank you. How do you manage intrusive thoughts? I personally would just say that's just a thought. I don't know what's going on here. I'm in control. What the fuck are you doing here? It's like you want to exterminate the fucking pests. You know what I'm saying? So if you have a thought that you don't like, just be like, I'm God. What are you doing? You're not allowed here. And think of it like you're exterminating it. Because why the fuck would you allow a thought that you don't like to be there? You would, everyone says you wouldn't allow a motherfucker you don't like to be in your house. No, you wouldn't. So why would you allow that thought there? Okay. So, yeah, okay. So, I mean, if you're having an emotion that you sense belongs to someone else, yes, that is absolutely valid too. Okay, but I mean, again, there's no way to articulate that, so that's why you have to really like utilize your intuition and decipher like whose energy that is, because again, your thought is gonna bring you the picture of their mind, and you can say, oh, that's so and so, or you might just hear the name so and so, but like absolutely you can pick up on their energy like that. It's just, I don't know, for me, emotions, like I've come to like utilize them as a tool, like in the 3D. So if something comes up that triggers me and I start feeling constricted emotions, that's showing me a signal like, well, nope, we don't want to venture down that path. So I immediately redirect the emotion. And how I do that is by a thought and affirming the opposite against it. So Yeah, absolutely. Like those psychic connections are like super legit, you know. And like not everyone, like in my belief is that everyone has a psychic ability, because remember there's only one consciousness, so everything is all connected. It's just that some are more tuned into that because they don't have beliefs against that. So if you're not, even though you are, if you don't think that you're psychically connected to someone, it's not going to look like it to you, even though to someone else it's going to look like it. If that, I don't know if that makes sense. So everything I'm just I'm looking at what at the chat here. Hold on. Thank you. I'm glad that you enjoy the content. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, you know, everything with like the SP stuff, it's like, you know, like this is probably like the thing I get asked about the most, but it's like, it's really not complicated. You know, it's really not complicated because you don't want to give them free will, in the sense that like you're wondering, what is SP thinking? If you're in a state of confusion, they're going to be in a state of confusion because they're you. Oh God, it's telling me that I have to, what? We have detected my live. What the hell? Why is it saying my live will end because we have detected inactivity in your current live, complete with the verification, and it's not giving me a verification now. So I don't know. I see like some things spinning here, but nothing is happening. But yeah, I'm completely, oh, here we go. This goddamn fucking puzzle piece. I mean, I've been active. What was I supposed to do? Fucking jerk off with the phone? Like, I don't understand. Oh, come on. Verify. Suck my... Anyway, okay. So, I have no idea. Do they do that with, like, anyone else's live stream where they make you verify? Like, a bot is making me verify that I'm not a bot? Yeah, they wanted me to do fucking cartwheels and a fucking headstand over here. Like, I don't understand. So yeah, let's see if I get any more interested. Oh, love you too. Well, why are you thinking what to do if a man don't commit? Well, you just said your story of that man. Like, what? So why is that man not committing? Because you have a story that either that man or men in general don't commit, and that's what's showing up for you. So change the story about it and say that men always commit right away from day one. The best book on manifestation I have read is, I'd probably go with The Kabbalion by the Three Initiates. That like, oof, amazing. And another one that I really like, which is, it's like super, like it's like a channeled book, is The White Book, and it's channeling an entity called Ramtha, and the author is Jay-Z Knight. But that one's super out there, you know. But like a mainstream book, I mean, I would go, I mean, The Secret, I feel, is kind of like kindergarten, you know what I mean? I feel like I don't know, I feel like everyone in the manifestation community already knows stuff with The Secret. I'd say go with, like, you know, if you want something more scientifically bound, like you could go with Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza. So that's I mean, those are my books. Yeah, The Secret, like, I mean, I remember seeing the movie and I have the book, and, you know, I'm just like, okay, like I get it, but I feel like it's kind of like, you know, if you're first opening up yourself to reality co-creation, it's not for someone who's like a little more seasoned, you know what I mean? So also with like Abraham Hicks and the Law of Attraction, in my opinion, like, yes, they do have good info, but I feel like people misinterpret what they're saying so much. Like, you always have to be in a good mood and raise your vibration to attract what you want. And I think that people just misinterpret their teachings. The first book is The Kabbalion by the Three Initiates. It's about the 7 Hermetic principles. Yeah, The Power of the Subconscious Mind from Joseph Murphy is good. And also, like, Neville Goddard, like, any book from Neville Goddard is really good. There are a lot of audiobooks by Neville Goddard, Joseph Murphy, Florence Scovel Shinn. That's another good one. The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. And they're on YouTube. And, you know, they just have, like, it. You could listen to the book on it. Yeah, they are, definitely. The second book, Jay-Z, not like the rapper, like the letter J, the letter Z, and then Knight, as in like the Dark Knight. And it's just the white book, and it'll say Ramtha, Ramtha on it. That's how you know. So yeah. Oh, Louise Hay has really good stuff too. I don't think I've ever like read one of her full books, but she has a lot of good content. Yeah. You're not really affirming against, how do you affirm against societal programming? You're not really affirming against it. You're just kind of letting it go and formulating whatever you want to think and believe about the subject. So, I mean, I would go through like, you know, if you really want to deprogram yourself, like from societal programming, it's not about affirming the opposite or anything like that. It's more about just unlearning what you were trained, right? Like fucking another cliche fucking saying, but it's about unlearning what you were taught. So I mean, there's a lot of shit I could talk about with societal programming, but I don't, you know, they already think I'm a bot on here with the puzzle pieces. But with societal programming, look at each story that's out there, or like I don't know, like a stereotypical way of thinking, like all men are like this, all women are like that, or even like you know, you have to go to work and get a good job in order to have money. Like what do you really think of like every construct, social construct out there? You know, like what are your thoughts? Do you agree with it or do you not? Because I didn't agree with a lot of this stuff, like from a young age. And I remember I was like really fucking young, okay, like single digit years, and I'm like, why the fuck do I have to go to school for what? Like I didn't see a point, like for what? Like there was no point for me. Oh, but you have to go to school because everyone goes to school. I'm like, so that I ain't everyone, motherfucker. So it's just I was like that. You know, from like before I can remember. I would just like, if something didn't resonate with me, I was just like, well, why? You know, so always listen to yourself. Yeah, you've always questioned God when you were a kid. I mean, yeah, like honestly, I think everyone should question everything, honestly. Like unless it's something that you've already formulated your conclusion and you know, question everything. And even then, if you know something in the moment, you might change your mind 2 days from now, you know? Woo, thank you, Catherine. So what do you do when astrologers say not to manifest? Oh God. Okay. I love this. I love that question. Thank you. What do you think when astrologers say not to manifest during the lunar eclipse? That's their belief system. And if they don't want to manifest during a lunar eclipse because they feel some negative cray shit gonna happen, then that's what their reality is. So, I mean, I think that if you want to manifest doing anything at any time, you go right ahead and do that. But everyone has a different belief system. But what do I think? I think that that's their belief system and there's nothing more to it. Yeah, school is fucking ridiculous. Like, honestly, I mean, I don't even know if I could say I met anyone that actually loves school. I mean, I know like most people just went to school because that was like the thing to do. Like they weren't like rebellious against it, but I was always rebellious, like always. I'm like, what? Like why do I have to be here? And like fucking teachers and shit, I remember just always thinking, I'm like, this motherfucker don't know me. Why I gotta listen to him? Like why? Who the fuck are you? You ain't shit. Oh, but you have to respect. No, I don't have to do shit, motherfucker. Because, like, not that I'm saying I went around being intentionally disrespectful, but if there was, like, a rule or policy that I'm just like, what is the fucking point? I just wouldn't do it, and then I would get in trouble. And I was, like, known as, like, fucking wild card, I guess. Because, like, fuck that. Like, if the rules don't make sense to me, like, why would I follow that? You see, it doesn't make sense, you know? Like for what, you know? Yeah, the only authority is God, so everyone is their own authority because everyone is God. But if God, because God is so powerful and is creating everything, if God believes that there's another authority figure over them, outranking them, then they're going to see evidence of that. So it's like, fuck that, you know? Like, it's just, yes, I do. I have Venus in Aquarius. So if we are God, where did the dinosaur? Oh my God. I love that question because, like, okay, I don't even know if I should share my thoughts on this. Number one, I'm going to ask you, where do you think the dinosaurs came from? Because if God create, like, you know what I mean? Like, if there's a God or if there's no God, how are there humanoids walking around in a human suit? You know, where did everything come from, right? Like, because when motherfuckers are programmed to believe that there's a God in the sky who created every living thing, then the answer would be the dinosaurs came from there. But for me personally, I don't even, you see, I'm going to be kind of mindful here, but like I've heard, even on TikTok, is that the dinosaurs really didn't exist, because it's so weird if you think about it. Like, dinosaur skeletons, I believe, weren't even being found until like don't quote me on this please, but like 17 or 1800s in Earth's timeline. And it's like, well, wouldn't they have been discovered before then? And another thing which is sus AF as me is the dinosaur bones that are in museums. I heard this too, don't quote me on it. They're not even the real bones. They're like a fake skeleton because the bones are so valuable that they can't have them out on display. So they made like, I don't know, you can research that. I mean, I've heard bits and pieces of this stuff, but I just, me personally, every story that is told that's out there, I question it all. I'm like, I don't know. I ain't never even seen a dinosaur, so I can't say do they exist. I think that there are good mock-ups of bones, like, okay, sure, in an exhibit, but I can't say whether they did or didn't exist because I didn't witness it. Just like anything that's on the news, like, I can't say, okay, did this happen or did it really happen? Because I'm not there, so I'm not going to believe anything unless I've seen it, or if someone that I know that I personally can vouch for would tell me the truth has seen it. I'm just like, I don't believe anything, and I don't care, honestly, unless it directly affects me. Oh, you just purchased them. Yay. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy them. They're super good. It's to ground you in history. Yeah, I mean, and like, think about like history. Who was there? It's like there's fucking books being printed out saying, well, this is how it went. Well, I wasn't there, so okay, if that's what you're saying. If that is what you're saying, went on. But the motherfucker sitting there with the history book telling you that this is what happens and we're going to have a pop quiz on it and you better know your shit in 3 days. They weren't there either. So they're just going by what is being taught. And it's the same thing even for doctors. And, you know, as a non-medical professional, in my personal opinion, I will say that because this is on the internet, doctors are taught what to do. They are taught to prescribe a pill, right? That's what they're taught to do. So who wrote those medical books? Like, you know what I mean? It's like they didn't come to that conclusion on their own. I mean, I'm sure maybe a few, you know, people like conducted experiments and they did this and they said, oh, test subject A responded to that, test subject B responded to that. But even where did that come from? You know what I mean? So I just think everything is taught and no one really just deciphered for themselves because everything is taught, you know? Yeah, I agree with that too, that history is manipulated to control the masses, because it's like that's how you keep motherfuckers in a state of fear. It's like, so I'm just supposed to believe something because a motherfucker is sitting in a news anchor chair wearing a suit and tie, and they're reading off the teleprompter. They're telling me this is what happened over here. I ain't there, so all right. You saying it happened because you ain't there either, motherfucker. And even, I'm gonna be real honest, even like when I see news reports of like people like in the trenches on the scenes, I am still not there personally, so I can't even say if that's true. And I'm not saying it's not true, but unless I'm seeing it or it resonates with me that that's how it is, I'm not believing nothing. Absolutely not. Well, I mean, okay, you dug up dinosaur bones. That sounds like an interesting story in and of itself. So, I mean, if you want to share more about that, go ahead, because I've never met anyone that even said that. Let's see. Yeah, I agree with that. Everything is like half truth and like half like, you know, whatever the fuck angle they want motherfuckers to see it. I mean, because there are truths in stories out there, in my opinion, you know, but like, even if that one sliver of information is true, the story behind the story that they're selling is different, you know? Yeah, the new, because you know why you never like the news? Because the news typically only talks about negative shit. So it's like, who's gonna want to fucking hear about that all day long? Like, you know, it's like stupid. Yeah, well, that's why it's called a news program. The news is just mass programming. Even TV, it's a television program, right? So it's like, here you go, watch this. And then you're just like, whoa, you're like entrenched in the whole fucking shit, you know? Let's see, television. Yeah, exactly. Like everything, you know, unless you have that inner knowing of what's true to you, is just someone else's story of it. And even if you like sat down 12 motherfuckers and they all witnessed the same thing and they were all physically there and they all saw the same shit happen, you're gonna get 12 different versions of what happened. Because it's that, right? Everyone is God, so they're seeing it from their consciousness perspective, and they're lacing what they see with their fucking perspective. Because if like I see some shit, right, and it's like oh my god, this happened super recently, right, where I was talking to some folks and they were talking about someone else, and they were like, well, this person, you know, takes this, that, and the third that way. And I just, okay, that's all right, cool. And then the other people on the other end of the equation, you know, like we were all in the same fucking vicinity. And then there was kind of not like, there's like a disagreement, right, between the two parties. The parties that had told me before I witnessed that disagreement between them, oh, these motherfuckers take this like that, right? And then, so I saw that happen. I'm like, oh, well, you expected them to take that way. That's why they reacted like that. And I don't give a fuck, because I really didn't even care. It was just information I was being told. And then after that happened, then the motherfuckers on the other side that had that not altercation, but I guess disagreement, whatever, they came up to me and they're like, can you believe that? Like that they think this and that about me? And I was just like, I said, wow, because literally, people in group A told me something about people in group B. And then I was like, okay, then all of us were together. And then that situation happened exactly as they expected it to. And then the person B, after that incident happened, came up to me and said, oh, they think that. So that was literally, I was witnessing thought transmission, and I was just an impartial observer. And you know why I wasn't drawn into any type of argument or disagreement? Because I don't give a fuck. Because my perception of all of that was totally different. I wanted to laugh personally, but I literally saw that thought transmission played out. Like, they're like this. Okay, boom, that thing happens, proving their perception of that other party. And then after that, the party goes to me. Can you believe that they think that about me? But oh man, that shit was great. This shit happened like in less than 2 hours. I saw that unfold. I said, wow. So that is another thought transmission thing. But yeah, to touch on, like, you know, you have 12 different motherfuckers. All of them are going to see shit differently because they're all coming from their own God consciousness. That's what I mean. I just look at shit, and wherever I'm at is how my perception is going to be with that. So hell yeah, thought transmission in real time. I was like, woo, I got a show tonight. Fuck yeah. Aw, thank you. My voice is hot. I appreciate that. You remind me I've got reality the way. Yes, exactly. Everything is orchestrated for you because you are God, and who else is going to have things orchestrated for? Just God. How do you delulu yourself? What is your best method of manifestation to getting 200 orders on your website? Do you want to picture the sales coming in? Do you want to robotically affirm for it? Like, what do you want to script it out? Like, what feels the best to you to do that, you know? Or you could just put a ballpark affirmation and just say, I get at least 200 orders a day on whatever it is. How do you, okay, your phone is always near you and you're always checking, expecting a message from SP. I mean, you have to be focused in the present moment. And I gave like a whole like sermon about SPs like earlier. So when I upload this video on YouTube, maybe you want to check that out. But just like a short answer to that is you cannot be obsessed with SP. You just have to know that they're obsessed with you and they're always blowing up your phone. So I think if you're into affirmations, instead of checking your phone, you just be like, no, of course, they already blew up my phone. They already blew up my phone. They already blew up my phone. And do something else, like immerse yourself in the moment, you know? Does being attractive matter in life? Do you think it does? I mean, you just said you feel like it does matter, so then it would matter to you because that's your perception of it. How do you not focus on the 3D if you're manifesting your rent being paid? I mean, you can just say that you are always provided for and always taken care of. Like, that would just be a ballpark affirmation, and you know, it would bring you peace in your state of mind. Just say you are always provided for, you're always taken care of, no matter what. We all manifest regardless of any religions or not. Yeah, that's true. I totally agree with that. You know, religion, again, is another belief system, just like everything that we were just talking about with like the news and stuff like that. It's a program. And like, you know, I don't care what religion anyone is. I do not care. That's none of my business. I'm not shading that if that is someone's belief system. But for me, it's just another way to divide and conquer the masses. They're saying this God is better than this God, and like, but everyone is God. You know what I mean? So like, what's going on here? How do you ignore the 3D if you're experiencing physical symptoms? I would suggest saying to yourself that you already feel better. You already feel better. I am feeling amazing. I'm feeling great. And I know it's going to sound crazy to say that, but like, you know, don't ignore it. Like, if you need to like do something to take away physical pain, like take a pill, or, you know, get some ice, or a fucking, you know, take a hot shower, then do that. But just in your mind, just if it's like an ongoing issue, even if it's an acute issue, just keep saying, I'm feeling better already. I always feel good. You're asking for a sign. Well, there you go. When you ask, you shall receive. I mean, but you know, the thing is, it's like, if people are asking for signs, like, I think that's great because, you know, it's kind of like, you know, the breadcrumbs unfolding what's going on in your life. You're like, oh, you get excited, but I wouldn't be so focused on signs. You know, you just want to know that this shit is already taken care of, and what's going on in your life. You're like, oh, you get excited, but I wouldn't be so focused on signs. You know, you just want to know that this shit is already taken care of. And, you know, like, I don't need a sign that I'm wearing a fucking black shirt. You know what I mean? Because it's done. This is what's going on now. So, I mean, it really depends on you. Like, for me, it's like, I would ask for signs, or like sometimes I wouldn't even ask for a sign, but then boom, it would come up, and like, to me, that's just a synchronicity, like showing where I'm at, because things of like intent assemble. So it's like, if I'm in the state of money and then I just find a $10 bill on the floor, then yeah, like it can be looked at as a sign, but I wouldn't get so about the signs, because then you're going to manifest more signs. And don't you want whatever, you know, you want your shit, right? Let's see. How do you manifest money fast? Woo! I love you too. Is alcohol something to do with spirits? That's a good question. Okay, so let me see if I remember that. So how to manifest money fast? Just I would suggest also going with the I'm always provided for. All of my physical needs are always met before I even think about them. If that's what you need the money for. But if it's not like a situation like that where you just want to manifest like $1 million overnight, you'd be like, money flows to me smoothly, perfectly, miraculously, in unexpected and beautiful ways. Like, money comes to me from all avenues. Money comes to me from avenues that I couldn't even possibly consider, but money is always attracted to me, and you know, shit like that. So yeah. Aw, thank you. So are alcohol spirits? Like, I've heard that too, where they say that, you know, alcohol is called spirits because it has a spirit take over your body or some shit, and that's why motherfuckers act crazy sometimes when they're on alcohol, because it's not really them, it's a spirit. But that's another belief system too, honestly. I mean, I can see where they're coming from. They're saying that because it is kind of sus. Like, why is it called spirits? You know what I'm saying? But again, it's another belief system. Like, I drink alcohol and I think nothing of it. And I've never had anything crazy happen to me while I drink alcohol, because I don't have that belief, you know? So, yeah, exactly. If you love alcohol, then go for it, you know? Like, whatever anyone says, it's still their belief. Like, if someone says that alcohol is bad or smoking is bad or weed or whatever the case, okay, yeah, it's bad for them because they believe that. But if it helps you relax, hey, if it helps you get more comfortable in your environment, hey, go right ahead, you know? You're welcome. It only happens to people with poor mentality. Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, like, the thing is, anything is going to treat you the way you expect to be treated. So if you think that your body is going to have a poor reaction to alcohol, that's what it's going to be. If you think that this person, every time they drink, they get aggressive, then that's what it's going to be. It's not even the alcohol that's doing that. It's your belief. Like, everything is your belief. So even this, for like anyone who's into like spirituality and, you know, angels and things like that, it's like, it's still you. So if you believe that there is an angel by a specific name that is guiding you and protecting you, that's still you guiding you and protecting you. But if it makes you feel better in the moment, right? Let's say you're spiraling, but then you're like, oh, this deity or whoever entity is protecting me, so I'm good. That's still your belief, and it's still creating that. All of this is, okay? Yeah, elevated when you drink. Like, me too. I mean, like, my thing is, like, I'm not, you know, like, if I'm out, like, whatever, I'll have, like, a drink or something, but typically I'm more, oh, okay, yeah, live visibility restricted, because I'm discussing drugs and regulated substances. Yeah, it's restricted. So, you want to restrict this too? Okay, cool. Now that we got all of that out of the way, like, who gives a fuck? So anyway, with alcohol, if you want to drink, but like me personally, like my thing, I like red wine and I like my weed. And that combination for me is just, ooh, for me. You know, like, I know a lot of people that have told me that whenever they smoke, they get, oh, someone's reporting me. Hey, how you doing? You'll have fun. Have fun. So anyway, so when you're in that state of, like, I feel like I need to say this about the weed too, right? Oh, red wine is good. So So when you're in the state of like, you know, because weed is actually like it's like a mild psychedelic hallucinogenic. So it all depends on how you go into it. And obviously it depends like what strain. Okay, for me personally, I like indica. Okay, I would prefer that, or I'll do a hybrid indica sativa. But like sativa, I don't know. I don't know, because I like things that are like relaxing, you know what I mean? So like the wine, it's like a relaxant, the weed is a relaxant, but the reason why some motherfuckers get anxiety with the weed is because it's a mild hallucinogenic and it's a mild psychedelic. So if it's the same thing with any psychedelic trip, like if you already have the majority of the day you're anxious in your head, then yeah, the weed might not relax you, it might amplify that, right? And for some it relaxes them. But also if you think and you keep saying that you get anxiety when you smoke weed, guess what you're gonna get? Anxiety when you smoke weed. So you gotta affirm, weed always makes me feel relaxed. Fuck yeah, I'm relaxed, I'm chilling, I'm on cloud 9 when I'm high as shit. So if anyone wants to, you know, like dabble with weed but they feel like they're gonna get anxiety, like just affirm against it. Align your thoughts before consuming. Exactly. The other time you were smoking, yeah, they thought my water bottle was a vape. Really? I mean, okay, I don't know if I was even using this water bottle, but I do remember that. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm having a jolly good time here. So it doesn't really matter. The new plant makes me feel like yeah, the plant was awesome. The new plant. Okay. I mean, hey, you know, if that what gets you going, stick with it. So I'm not an Aquarius, I'm an Aries. For anyone, I got like something earlier about the do I have Aquarius placements? My dominant planet is Uranus. So I don't know, maybe that's what you're seeing. And I have Uranus conjunction ascendant. I have Uranus basically on, like, he went in my chart and fucking hoed around and hit everything. So he's just dominant in my chart. Like, he's touching everything. He hit up all my fucking planets and angles. Okay, just saying. So that's probably what you're seeing. But yeah, I'm Sun Aries. Okay, but my dominant planet is Uranus. So, woo, thank you. So, yeah, Aries. Isn't Diddy a Scorpio? I'm pretty sure he's a Scorpio. What can be affirmed to remove a third party? You don't pay attention to them. There is no third party. Or if they're mentioned, if you see a pic of them, if you see them in your face, they're already gone. Oh, that was a glitch. They're already gone. You just keep saying they're already gone only if they cross your mind, because the less you think about them, the less they're going to appear in your 3D. Let's see. Aquarius acting like Diddy for you. What is, I don't know what, I don't know what you meant by that. Maybe I'm like in the zone here, but if you want to clarify, Jupiter and Aries. Woo! Hell yeah, Jupiter and I mean, Aries is just, you know, Aries, like, I don't know. I mean, it depends, like, on the perception, but, like, I think I do have a lot of Aries traits. You know, like, I just, the whole, what is it, like, Aries are very, outrageous, and we like fucking attention, and we're loud, and we're impatient. I mean, I definitely can see that, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's like, I don't know where the Aquarius and Diddy can someone clarify, unless there's like something going on in the chat that I'm just looking at the comments at like weird moments, but like, I thought Diddy was a Scorpio. I don't know where the Aquarius came from. Can you talk about that this is happening because I'm getting what I want affirmations? I mean, it's not really an affirmation. It's just anything that occurs in your 3D, whether it's good, bad, or neutral. You're in the chat right now because you're getting what you want. You're just gonna assign that meaning to everything that is going on. That's what you're gonna do. Oh my God. Aries overstimulate. What sign are you that Aries overstimulate you? Yeah, oh my God, Diddy, like, why the fucking Diddy shit is hysterical. What? Oh, is that what you meant about the Pluto transit into, from Capricorn to Aquarius? I don't even know when that is because I don't really pay attention to the transits, but I mean, oh, you're a Virgo. Okay. Yeah, Virgos are cool. I mean, Virgo, I always find like Virgo energy to be very like quirky and like they have like, it's like they're more, I don't know, demure, right? Remember when that trend was going around? I find them demure, but then it's like you get to know them. It's like, whoa, where did this like, you know, freak a leak come from? That's what I find from Virgos. So they're like, I don't know, like closet, I don't know, like I don't want to say like sex freaks, or it's like when you get to know them, they open up and you see this wild and crazy side, but at first you're just like, you kind of think they're like quiet and like uptight, but they're really not. Like when you get to know them, they're like, ooh, Capricorn. Hey, I love Capricorns. Virgos are quiet Scorpios. You know, I've never really encountered a Scorpio in my life. Like, I mean, maybe in passing, but I don't know shit about Scorpios. I feel like I repel Scorpios. I mean, I don't want to like put that out there like it's a belief system, but it's just, it kind of is. Like, I've never been close to a Scorpio ever. Like, and I don't know what it is. I think maybe because like we're both Mars, like influence. So maybe it's just, it's like I feel like Aries and Scorpio can be similar, but Scorpio are like very, I don't know. I feel like they're very reserved, but then it's like they have this whole other side, but they don't show it to anyone. Whereas Aries is more just boom, they'll be ass naked in the club and they're not going to care. Like that's kind of but I really can't even say anything about Scorpios. It's kind of my perception of them from dealing with them so little, you know? How do I feel about Libras? Libras, I mean, like Libra, okay, here's the thing with me and Libras is that we don't ever not get along because Libra, right? Libra and Aries are opposite zodiac signs. Oh, thank you for the rose. And Libras are so like smooth with, they're not gonna be upfront with like how they feel, or if you piss them off, they're just gonna be like very placid. So I've never really had like an issue with a Libra. You know, I like, for me to like be in a relationship with one or whatever, that would like the times that I've dealt with them in that sense, I was like, I don't know about that. But in terms of like a friend or something like that, I mean, they're cool, but it's like they're so, I don't know. I don't want to say passive because they're not passive, but it's like they just, I don't know, like they're just kind of there in a way. Like they're down, like they're fun, but they're not like, I don't know. The ones I've encountered at least are not like, I don't feel that they're very like flamboyantly expressive of what they want, if that makes sense. I don't know, but I'm an Aries, so it's like they're the opposite, so I'm just gonna be in your face and they're gonna be more like, okay. And those are my well, yeah, I mean, of course astrology is a belief system, but I believe in astrology, so I have fun with it. What do you think about Capricorns? I love Capricorn. Oh my God, I love Capricorns. Capricorns are the fucking real MVP. I fucking love Capricorns. Oh my God, they're amazing. Amazing. They're like, they're very like, I find them like super fucking funny. I find them very like genuine. I find them very caring. I find them very like ride or die. Like, oh my God, I love Capricorns. And I find them to have like this like caretaker type of energy. So, you've been trying to manifest a job for the last 3 months and you're losing hope. I mean, see yourself as already in the job and don't concentrate on the timing, as you wouldn't want to concentrate on the timing with anything. Yeah, and Capricorns are super confident. Yeah, I fucking love Capricorns. I mean, there's not, like, honestly, like, I get along with all signs, you know, because obviously we all have different, you know, our ascendant, our fucking moon, our, like, right? Like, anyone can get along with anyone, but it's just, I personally tend to vibe, with like, always, it's always Aquarius, Taurus, and Capricorn. Always, like, and I like that energy. Like, you know, the other signs, like, it's like, okay, like, yeah, you're cool, but it's not, I don't feel like a genuine, like, oh my god, like, you know, I feel like it's kind of like, yeah, they can be genuine, but I feel like I get like all, to me, with my personality, Taurus, Capricorn, and Aquarius, just they come off very, like, genuine and themselves. And, like, for other signs, I'm kind of like, you know, but that's just been my experience. Oh wow, 2 Capricorns. Wow. Oh my god, that must have been interesting growing up in your household. What's my opinion on Libras? I just said my opinion on Libras. I mean, I think they're cool, but they're not, like, very upfront about things. Like, they're more, it's like they'd rather just not rock the boat, in my opinion. So, what is going on with this song? I love Taurus. You know, the thing with Taurus is that, like, and this is my personal opinion, I've heard, like, just by reading the astrology personality traits, and this is why, again, like, belief systems, it's, yeah, I love the directness of the Capricorns. I love it, because they ain't gonna bullshit you. They ain't even gonna have the time. They'd be like, motherfucker, I don't like you, now what? And it's just like, oh shit. But with Taurus, it's like, I've always found Taurus to be super outgoing and silly and very personable and, like, social and fun. And, like, they're stereotyped as, like, rigid and strict and angry and have a bad temper. And, like, I can see the temper with Taurus. Like, I can see that. But I'm like, Taurus are fucking cool as shit to me. Like, they're super outgoing. So I don't know where, like, that you know, that's why even with astrology, because there's another belief system, I don't believe everything that I see in astrology, because my personal experience, I'm like, I don't see that. But then, you know, also with astrology, it's like, if I have a perception of a certain sign, that's how that sign is going to show up for me, right? So Leos are, you know, the thing with Leos is that for friendships, I think they're great, but I'm an Aries, so, like, for me, you know, like, I've never really meshed with, like, a Leo in terms of, like, a dating sense, because I feel like it's like, it's too much energy, and it's like someone has to be, like, more calm and controlled, and that's just not gonna happen. But I mean, as friends, like, oh my god, they're, like, super fun. Like, whenever I'm, like, around any Leos, we're just loud and fucking rowdy. And Aries too. Whenever I'm around, like, an Aries or a Leo, obviously we're fucking fire signs, but, like, it's just like, we're so loud and rowdy, and it's like, we are the party. Even if it's just 2 of us motherfuckers, like, chilling, we're just like, boom, like, everyone is noticing us. So, you know, I see that. All this stuff, Taurus would be the best fit for, let's see. So we're talking about astrology now. Okay, I don't know when did the chat turn into astrology? I mean, that's interesting, but I mean, I don't mind being here. It's cool. Yes, Taurus are cool. I mean, I would say, like, I like earth signs. Like, I probably get along with earth and air the best, like, if I had to pick 2 elements. But yeah, the ones that fucking, oh yeah, Diddy. Yeah, we were saying oh my god, the fucking Diddy shit, bro. Like, yeah, he's a Scorpio. I don't know what his moon sign, you know what, I want to find out what is his moon sign right now, because I'm curious. And, like, that shit was wild with all the fucking baby oil. Let me see, what is his Sean Puffy Combs birth chart, or is he going by Diddy? I don't know. Birth chart, pardon me guys, I just need to see this, because human design charts, I've never even heard of that. Can you elaborate? Because I don't even know what you're talking about, but it sounds super interesting. Yeah, 1,000 baby oils. Like, what the fuck was he doing? Okay, I don't know if this shit is even gonna load. Oh yes, needles. Okay, so, oh my god. Oh, he has Virgo moon. That's interesting. Okay, so Diddy is a Scorpio sun, Virgo moon. All right. Human design chart. I don't know what is a human design chart? Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I could see that with the Virgo moon, like being super like into this like freaky sexual shit, but no one knows about it. And like I kind of could get that vibe from a Scorpio too, but like I haven't even encountered Scorpios like that to even say, but I totally Virgo moon, absolutely. Like you're not going to really know what's going on with them, and they're going to have a lot of like sexual things in like, you know, in the closet with them. But yeah, I don't know where the fucking 1,000 baby oils, and like, you know, a part of me is like, I don't even know if that story is true. Like, I mean, it's entertaining, but like, again, I wasn't there when they fucking raided his home allegedly, so I don't even know if that story is true, but I'm just looking at it as like entertainment. You know what I mean? As a Virgo freak. Yeah. I mean, I found that, like, with Virgos, it's like they're all demure, and then it's like, woo, where the fuck did that come from? I was not expecting that. So, oh, wow, damn, you all Earth, huh? Holy shit. The North Node. What do I think of the North Node? I mean, that's supposed to be, like, what you're, striving for, right? In this lifetime. I mean, I don't know, because it's like I don't really pay attention to that stuff. Like I remember I was into like those type of things, like the angles and like Chiron or Chiron, however you pronounce that. But like those I haven't really studied. I mean, because again, it's like, you know, you want to look at more like the planets in like that where the North Node is placed rather than the sign itself, because it encompasses like a lot of different people. But I mean, like I remember, and I forget what my North Node was now. No, I think it was the 8th house. And then it kind of made sense to me, but it's not something I really paid attention to. But it's basically like what you're striving to achieve, because like in your previous lifetime, you already had the attributes of your South Node, which would be the opposite sign, obviously. And then now you had to balance it out and apply the North Node traits to whatever house you're in. And I mean, I kind of agreed with what mine said, but not really. Oh shit, 8th house, fuck yeah. So, I mean, yeah, you know, like the thing with astrology too is like I have fun with it, but I'm not super into like, oh, well, my purpose is doing this or doing that, you know. Like if someone resonates with that, then that's how it's going to play out for them. I mean, me, I can see a lot of things in my astrology chart that have played out in my life, but like not everything. So I guess again, it goes with like what I agree with. And then let's see. Yeah. Oh, no problem. You know, with the astrology, it's another belief system. So I don't take it like, oh my God, like some people are just like, oh, well, it's the Lionsgate portal, so you have to manifest. It's like, come on, bro. Like if it works for you, that's great. But I don't, you know, I'm not going to be jumping on what everyone else is saying is true if I don't agree with that. Like for me, I personally love it. For me, I love it when the moon is in Gemini. I fucking love it. I love when the moon is in Gemini. I don't know why. And like it's supposed to be like when the moon is in Gemini, things are like woo, chaotic, right? Because like Gemini is fast with Mercury, and the moon doesn't really fit with like mercurial qualities. They kind of clash because the moon is feeling and Mercury is thinking. But I love it when the moon is in Gemini. I'm just like, ooh, I fucking love this energy. So let's see. What's your favorite part of your mindset, things you tell yourself or believe? I mean, my mindset personally I don't, I mean, my favorite part of my mindset, if I had to answer for me personally, is that I see magic everywhere and I expect everything to be magical. I don't expect mundane, boring shit. I'm like, everything is magic, which has really worked out for me. Like, I totally believe in it. Like, and you know, I believe in magic, so everything is going to work out magically for me. Things appearing out of nowhere, things disappearing out of nowhere, things just aligning, you know, synchronistic things. That's my thing. I will post this to YouTube. The other one, you know what? The other one is still, it was still uploading because it's like a 2-hour long fucking chat and it was taking forever to upload, but I will post that. Maybe these two will get posted together. I don't really have a least favorite zodiac sign. I mean, I was saying before, like, I'm not really around Scorpios. Like, I just don't attract them. I'm not really around, Pisces either. Like, I would say those two signs I just really have no experience with in depth, so I can't say anything about them. But I mean, I wouldn't have a least favorite because I met motherfuckers from every zodiac sign that I got along with, you know, or that I didn't get along with. But I mean, I don't have a least favorite, you know. They all have like unique qualities. He gets over it immediately, but you stay mad. Oh my God. Yeah, as a Capricorn, I mean, you're not gonna understand the Aries, because we will go ape shit, throw shit, break shit off motherfuckers, and then we're just okay, we're good. And motherfuckers are like, and I've had that happen too. Like, I'll pop off and then like I'm good, and motherfuckers are just like, I'm like, yeah, I let it out of my system, it's fine. So I would say, since you're on this chat, if you're in the manifestation, whether he's an Aries or not, and if he is angry and he's over it, just say that he rarely gets angry. Thank you. Because if you don't, you know, do you want to be in a relationship dealing with someone who's like angry or like does that, you know? So no matter what his zodiac sign is, I would just say that he's been more patient or whatever you want him to be. Like, I would just say something like that, not even that he's an Aries, okay? And you could just be like, yeah, like, okay, I understand that's how he is. And also you can affirm that he rarely gets angry. You know what I mean? He's always calm. He's always in a good mood. You're realistic. Oh yeah, Capricorns are super grounded, like in like their ways. I mean, like, I do know like Capricorns can be into like spiritual endeavors and things like that, but it's like they want to see like facts, you know, and they want like stability. Like, that's the thing that I notice about Capricorns probably more than anything. They just want to see stability and consistency because it's like they need to see proof, you know. So, yeah, I mean, I think Capricorns are logical. I think they're funny as shit. I think they're outgoing. I think they're sarcastic. I love how Capricorns don't take shit from anyone, but they're still, if they care about you, like, they will have your back until the day you die. Like, Capricorns are very loyal, in my opinion, you know? So, if you feel what to do, if you feel hopeless about your manifestation, you need to look at the things that are going well for you, and you need to start with getting on a mental diet of saying that everything is always working out for you. There's always movement and things are always working in your favor and your life is perfect. Start with like a ballpark blanket statement. Yeah, logically. So, I don't know. Well, yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, it doesn't matter if they believe in the manifestation or not. If they don't believe in it, something miraculous could happen in front of their face and they'll be like, oh, that's a coincidence. So it's like, it's still working, but they're just not going to see how they create reality. But like, I've even seen, you know, individuals who don't believe in manifestation, and I've witnessed things that they've manifested. So I'm like, okay, but I believe in it, so I would be able to pinpoint that, whereas they wouldn't. Yeah, because if they're saying that manifestation is fake, or if they don't believe in it, then it's like they're still manifesting it, but they're not aware of it. So definitely they would not be conscious of it, you know? I mean, okay, the thing with Aries, Cancer, water puts out fire. Like, again, like astrology, I love astrology. It's fun, but I personally would not put a negative spin on anything, okay? Because you could say water puts out fire, or you could say that water and fire make steam, motherfucker. Ooh, passion and chemistry. Like, so it depends how you look at it. That's why everything that I look at my zodiac sign, oh, Aries are immature, impatient, bossy, whatever. I'm like, well, I'm God. Like, I'm the fucking shit. So of course I want my shit right now when the fuck I declare, because I am the shit and I am the boss. And you know, like, that's what I'm saying. Hey, glad you're here. So I don't look at anything in astrology negatively. I'll just put it a spin to fit the narrative that I want to create, you know? So anything that you see in astrology, oh, these signs aren't compatible, well, then if you believe that, that's what you're going to get. So yeah, everything is dual. Everything has its opposites, you know? So like, you know, like one of my favorite books with the Kabbalion, everything is the same thing, different degree, you know, hot and cold, it's temperature. Okay, cool. Where does hot end and where does cold begin? It's and then you're perceiving where it begins, because for me, I like taking steam and hot showers, but some motherfuckers might not. So hot to me is different than hot to someone else, you know? Yeah, I agree. So someone is answering a question, if you move to another SP and you still think poorly about you, because that's where you can have a recurring relationship pattern. If anyone in here, you know, I spoke on the SPs thing pretty extensively, but something that I didn't say, at least not in this particular chat, is that if you notice a pattern in any area of your life, right? Like, let's say SPs, and you keep getting the same type of behavior and situations happening with different faces, that's all back to you. So now you have to look at your belief system about relationships in general. You know what I mean? Ooh, good for your mom. She manifested her perfect husband on the winter solstice. That's amazing. So life is like a puppet, and you control. Yeah, I mean, everything is a puppet. I mean, I don't give a fuck how this is gonna sound, but like, if anything, people that you deal with are more like puppets, and life is like a reflection, because you know, with the thought transmission, you're really puppeteering motherfuckers around by your perception of them. Or even if, let's say, you want to win the lottery, okay, you're going to think that it's coming, that it's about money, but still a motherfucker has to sit there and sign off that check to you, right? So you still manifested them to be your puppet to give you the money. So I would say, even how it fucking sounds, but look at people as puppets, and more like everything as like a reflection of you. Yeah, that's good. I mean, you know, scripting things down, what you want in a partner, like I've done that and it's worked for me. So it really just depends. Like, once you get clear on what you want out of a relationship, like, you know, if you're manifesting a new person that you don't know yet, get very clear on what you want in a person. What does this relationship look like to you? Get very, very specific, and then just have it there. And then I'm telling you, because I did this, and then I looked at my list, like, and this is like years later, a list that like had nothing to do with anyone. And I was like, what? I was like, oh shit. So it definitely does work. So it's like ordering from Amazon. Oh my God. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you have to know what you want first before, like, because a lot of times, you know why manifestations can come out half-assed or whatever, is because you don't really know what you want. So if you're not absolutely certain that you want this, then you're just gonna get a whole like conglomeration of weird shit because you're not being specific. So things coming to you cannot be specific. Yeah, sometimes you can get more than what your physical mind can conjure up, because I've noticed that manifestations, anything, always turn out way better than I could have plotted or planned all the time, because the egoistic, logical monkey mind cannot compute that universal fucking production of how the shit is going to come together. Cannot, and it's not supposed to. So anyone's only job is to get very clear on what they want and say it's done, and that's it. Because, it's not your job to go out and get the package from Amazon, right? They have a delivery person bringing it to you. So that's how it is. It's like, this is what I want. Okay. And then like, it's really not your job. You're just there and you're expecting your fucking package. I mean, if you manifested someone and then you manifested them away, like, you to take a look at the thoughts that were going on within you in regards to this person. So what were you thinking? And then they came in compared to what were you thinking when they were already there and then they left? You're going to find the difference. You're going to see what you need to work on there, because it's always the thought, Ooh, yeah, that's good. Like, if you scripted and then a day later the shit happened, because here's the thing, like, your manifestation can arrive right now. Okay, it could be here right now because it already does exist right now. And, like, motherfuckers say that, oh, your life can change in an instant, right? And it really fucking can. Like, overnight, you could have everything. You could be living your dream life. And most motherfuckers don't believe that. So it's like with manifesting, you are not going to know the when or the how it's going to come. You just stay clear in the knowing of what you want and know that it is done, and that's it. And like the techniques are there just to calm you down. Like, really, so when motherfuckers are like running around looking for different techniques and shit, it's like you're in a state of lack because you feel like you need something outside of you to bring it to you, when all the manifestation is, fuck the technique, I am that now. This is it now. I am here now. And wherever it is that you desire to be, you just say, this is it right now. That's really all you have to do. And that's even what Neville says. And that's what, Florence Scovel Shinn says. It's like anyone who's, all these OG motherfuckers who are talking about the law, they just say that you just are that. Even in the Bible, like Jesus says, I am the way, right? Like the Bible is like the biggest manifestation book of them all too, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm just looking at what's going on in the chat. Yeah, that's true. No one has power over you unless you give them that power, and no one has free will either. They're just reflecting what you expect of them, So like you have to like really start going into your mind and not putting a negative expectation on anything. Like, even if you're just neutral, even if you like, if there's a situation where you think is like precarious at the moment, just put a blanket affirmation and just say, this already worked out better than I expected. And then that's it, or this issue has already been resolved to my advantage. Like, and that's just good if you are really not in a place of peace. Okay. Because that's going to bring everything together to work out perfectly. Yeah, exactly. The Bible says whatever you ask for in prayer, know that it is already yours. That's so true. Like, I fucking love looking at Bible verses because that shit, oh my God. Like, the way that it's written, I'm like, this shit is gangsta as fuck. Like, I mean, there's, and I forget, oh my God, I have it somewhere written down. I think in one of my videos, I had the exact verse. But there's this quote, and it's like God talking or some shit, which is like, anyone, I am the Lord, and there is none else. Like, bro, that is the most gangsta shit I've ever heard. Like, and then there's another one that says, like, God has dominion over every creeping thing. I'm like, who the fuck sat there and said dominion over every creeping thing? Like, goddamn. And then the other one, this one I remember is from the Corinthians. I think it's like 10:3-7 or some shit. And this is the most gangster phrase in there. And it says, for though we walk in the flesh, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. I'm like, holy shit. Like, it's just like, damn. But if you don't know how to really look at the Bible as like metaphors for manifestation, you're going to think, what? You know what I mean? So it's like the way that the Bible is written, like, I find it cryptic and fucking super amazing. But yeah, it is. The best self-concept is like a limitless God state. And that's why, you know, I was saying, like, whoever it is that you want to be, like, create that fucking alter ego. And this alter ego is your empowerment when you need charging up in the 3D. Create that alter ego, and the alter ego is God, and they wear a fucking suit however you want them to look and whatever superpowers you want them to have. And that's who you really are. And then you just go into that and you say, I am whatever the fuck you name the alter ego. And then, you know, how would so and so be in this situation, you know? Yeah, that's true. This is a playground, and everyone is wearing a fucking human costume, but no one is really fucking human, because human is the name of the costume. So, I mean, yeah, I think I'm gonna start heading out. I don't even know how long I was on here, but I'm getting hungry and I need to eat something. So I'm gonna see about posting this on YouTube. I don't know how long it's gonna take, if this video is super long, because I don't know how long I was talking, because that's how much I pay attention to the 3D. But it was very fun chit-chatting with everyone. Yes, you're welcome, of course. And thank you all for being here, and for all the follows and the shares and the comments and the questions and the gifts. And I will see you guys. I will, yeah. I'm fucking starving. All right, guys. Thank you all for being here. Mwah, love you. Ooh, thank you for the heart. Thank you for the gifts. And I will talk to you guys later.